Last week, a man brought his 2022 Model Y into the shop for a tire rotation. It had 42,000 miles on it. While he was waiting, he told me he had been unplugging his home charger every time it rained, because his neighbor said it could fry the electrical system. He had owned it for 1.5 years, unplugging it for every rainstorm. But there is so much bad information about Teslas that even people who drive them every day are believing stuff that costs them money, wastes their time, or makes their car less safe. So here are 13 Tesla myths that need to die. At least 2 of them are ones that Tesla fans get wrong too. Number 1. Teslas catch fire more than gas cars. This one drives me up the wall because it is based entirely on viral videos. You see one Tesla fire on the news and suddenly everyone thinks these things are rolling fire bombs. Tesla published their vehicle fire data going back to 2012, and it works out to roughly 1 fire for every 135 million miles driven. For regular gas-powered cars, it is 1 fire for every 17 to 19 million miles. That means gas cars catch fire at roughly 7 to 8 times the rate of Teslas per mile driven. And it is not just Tesla's own data backing this up. A study using National Transportation Safety Board numbers found that gasoline vehicles experience fires at a rate of about 1,500 per 100,000 vehicles. Electric vehicles are about 25 per 100,000. To be fair, when a Tesla battery does catch fire, it burns hotter, and it is harder for firefighters to put out because of thermal runaway. So electric vehicle fires are more dramatic when they happen, but they happen far, far less often. The dramatic footage is exactly why people overestimate the risk. But this next myth is the one that had my customer unplugging his car in the rain. Number 2. You cannot charge a Tesla in the rain. This sounds like it should be true. Water and electricity do not mix. But Tesla engineers obviously thought of that. Superchargers and wall connectors carry an IP65 waterproof rating, fully sealed against dust, and protected against water jets from any direction. Most supercharger stations do not even have roofs, and that is on purpose. They are designed to work in a downpour. No electricity flows until the car and charger complete a digital handshake, confirming a proper connection. Every Tesla charging system includes ground fault protection, the same technology that protects the outlets near your bathroom sink. Tesla sells cars in Norway, where it rains roughly 200 days a year. They designed the system for exactly that. The one exception is Tesla's mobile connector. That unit is not rated for heavy outdoor rain. But your wall connector at home and every supercharger on the road are completely fine in any weather. Number 3. You need to fully charge to 100% and drain to 0 every time. If you're doing this, stop today. This advice is a leftover from the 1990s when nickel-cadmium batteries had a memory effect. Tesla uses different battery chemistries depending on the model, but they are all lithium-ion, and none of them have a memory effect. Tesla's own manual says there is no advantage to waiting until the battery is low before charging. The sweet spot for daily driving is between 20% and 80%. Deep discharges below 10% and sitting at 100% for long periods both accelerate wear on the cells. One thing that confuses a lot of owners though, if your Tesla has an LFP battery, which is the standard range Model 3 and Model Y, Tesla actually recommends charging to 100% about once a week. That is not because LFP cells need it. It is so the battery management system can recalibrate its range estimate. For the long range and performance models, 80% is your daily ceiling. Now, if the charging myths caught your attention, this next one matters even more, because it is not just a myth, it is a safety issue. Number 4. Autopilot means the car drives itself. It does not. This misconception has contributed to real accidents and real fatalities. Autopilot and full self-driving are classified as SAE Level 2. That means partial driving automation. Your hands stay on the wheel, your eyes stay on the road. The car can steer, accelerate, and brake in its lane, but you are the driver at all times. Tesla's own crash data shows a safety benefit when the system is used correctly, about 1 crash per 7.44 million miles with autopilot versus 1 per 1.51 million miles without it. But NHTSA has investigated dozens of crashes where drivers treated the system as full autonomy. In late 2023, Tesla recalled all vehicles equipped with autopilot, acknowledging that driver engagement warnings might not be enough to prevent misuse. The system is now labeled FSD supervised, which is more accurate. If someone tells you their Tesla drives itself, correct them. It could save a life. Speaking of saving, let's talk money, because this next myth is costing people thousands. Number 5. Charging a Tesla costs about the same as filling up with gas. Not even close. Home charging runs about 3 to 6 cents per mile at average US electricity rates. A comparable gas car costs 11 to 16 cents per mile. That's 2 to 4 times more expensive. AA's annual driving cost data puts it at roughly $550 a year in electricity for 15,000 miles versus $1,250 for gas. Over $700 back in your pocket every year. And about 80% of Tesla charging happens at home, where rates are lowest. The only time this changes is if you exclusively charge at superchargers, paying 25 to 50 cents per kilowatt hour, where costs can creep toward gas territory. But that is like saying restaurant food costs the same as groceries. True if that's all you eat. Not how most owners actually charge. But the next few myths are ones that even Tesla fans get wrong. Number 6. Tesla's glass roof is fragile and dangerous in a crash. People look at that giant glass panel and assume it's a weak point. The opposite is true. The Model 3's glass roof withstood over 20,800 pounds of force in NHTSA's roof crush test. That's more than 5 Model 3s stacked on top of each other. The Model S actually broke NHTSA's testing machine because the equipment couldn't generate enough force. There are documented crashes where SUVs have landed on top of Model Y roofs and the occupants walked away. A massive tree fell on a Model 3's glass roof and the passengers were uninjured. That glass panel is one of the strongest parts of the entire car. This next one is the myth that stops more people from buying a Tesla than anything else. Number 7. The battery dies after a few years and you are stuck with a giant paperweight. This is the number one fear among prospective electric vehicle buyers, but the real-world data tells a completely different story. Tesla's 2023 impact report shows that after 200,000 miles, Model S and Model X batteries retain 88% of their original capacity. Model 3 and Model Y retain 85%. A 2025 Swedish study testing over 1,300 used electric vehicles found that 80% still had over 90% capacity remaining. According to Recurrent Auto, only 2.3% of all electric vehicles have ever needed a battery replacement. For vehicles built from 2016 onward, it is less than 1%. Check your Tesla warranty page and you will see 8 years of coverage, from 100,000 to 150,000 miles depending on the model, guaranteeing at least 70% capacity retention. The vast majority of Tesla batteries will outlast the rest of the car. Number 8. Supercharging frequently destroys battery health. This was the conventional wisdom for years, even among EV enthusiasts. A massive study just proved it wrong. Recurrent Auto analyzed 12,500 Tesla vehicles and found no statistically significant difference in battery degradation between cars that supercharged more than 90% of the time and cars that supercharged less than 10% of the time. The results held across both Model 3 and Model Y. Tesla's battery management system, combined with liquid cooling and voltage regulation, actively protects the cells during fast charging. You might notice charging speeds slow down slightly after many supercharger sessions, adding a few extra minutes. Your actual battery capacity stays on the same trajectory regardless of how often you fast charge. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe. We cover Tesla maintenance tips and money-saving tricks every week. Okay, up to this point, those were myths from Tesla haters. The next few go the other direction. These are pro-Tesla myths that actually hurt owners by giving them a false sense of security. Number 9, Teslas need absolutely zero maintenance. I hear this one constantly from new owners, and it worries me every time. Yes, you eliminate oil changes, spark plugs, fuel filters, transmission fluid, and exhaust system work. That's a massive reduction. But Tesla's own maintenance page lists specific service intervals you need to follow. Tire rotation every 6,250 miles, cabin air filter every 2 years, HEPA filter every 3 years, brake fluid testing every 2 to 4 years, air conditioning desiccant bag every 4 years, brake caliper cleaning every 12 months if you drive where roads get salted. The big hidden cost is tires. Tesla's instant torque and vehicle weight chew through tires faster than most gas cars. Model Y performance tires can need replacement every 15,000 miles. Over 100,000 miles, that adds up fast. Annual Tesla maintenance still averages about $250 versus $1,500 for the average gas car. Consumer Reports found Tesla has the lowest 10-year maintenance cost of any brand at just over $4,000. Dramatically cheaper than gas, just not zero. Number 10, Tesla brake pads never need replacing. Regenerative braking does reduce mechanical brake use by up to 70%, and plenty of owners go 75 to 100,000 miles without touching the pads. That part is real. The problem nobody warns you about is rust. Since you use the physical brakes so rarely, moisture sits on the rotors and they corrode. In humid climates or anywhere roads get salted, this becomes a real problem. You can end up with seized calipers or rotors too corroded to function properly when you actually need them. Tesla recommends brake inspections every 12,500 miles and annual caliper cleaning in cold climates. One thing I tell every Tesla owner who comes through the shop is this: every once in a while, especially after the car has been sitting, use the friction brakes intentionally. A few firm stops from 30 miles per hour will clean the rust off the rotors and keep everything working properly. It sounds backwards, but using your brakes more actually keeps them healthier on a Tesla. But if maintenance surprises you, this next one is going to change how you think about Tesla repairs entirely. Number 11. You can only get a Tesla fixed at Tesla. That used to be closer to true. Tesla historically restricted access to diagnostic software and OEM parts, and there are active class action lawsuits about that. But the landscape has changed. Tesla now offers public service manuals, parts catalogs, and wiring diagrams through their service portal. Independent specialists are filling the gap fast. A shop called the Electrified Garage made headlines by completing a repair that Tesla quoted at $16,000 for just $700, because they diagnosed the issue at the component level instead of replacing entire assemblies. For routine items like tires, brakes, cabin air filters, and wheel alignments, any competent shop can handle them. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act protects your right to use independent service without voiding your warranty. Right to repair laws keep expanding. Massachusetts passed their automotive data access law with nearly 75% voter support. Number 12, you cannot take a Tesla on a road trip. That was fair criticism in 2015. It is laughably outdated today. As of late 2025, Tesla operates over 73,000 Supercharger connectors worldwide, with more than 35,000 across North America. V3 Superchargers add roughly 200 miles of range in about 15 minutes. Tesla's navigation system automatically routes you through superchargers and preconditions the battery, so you charge at maximum speed when you arrive. The NACS connector Tesla designed has been adopted as the industry standard. Ford, GM, BMW, Hyundai, and others are all switching to it. The infrastructure now extends well beyond Tesla's own stations. There are still gaps in very remote areas, but for the vast majority of road trips across the US, charging is a 15-minute coffee stop. Number 13. A battery replacement makes the whole car worthless. Let's do the real math, because the numbers people throw around online are usually inflated. Actual replacement costs run about $10,000 to $15,000 for a Model 3 or Y OEM pack, and $6,500 to $13,500 for refurbished options. Not the 20,000 plus number that keeps getting repeated. But you almost certainly will never need one. Battery lifespans are 200,000 to 300,000 miles, with 85 to 88% capacity retention, and only 2.3% of electric vehicles ever requiring replacement. The battery is statistically the most reliable major component in the car, and even in the unlikely scenario where you do need one at 200,000 miles, you have already saved $8,000 to $20,000 in fuel costs over that distance compared to a gas car. Battery pack prices have dropped from over $400 per kilowatt hour in 2012 to about $111 per kilowatt hour today, and they are projected to reach $69 per kilowatt hour by 2030. The economics only get better from here. So those are 13 Tesla myths that keep making the rounds despite the data saying otherwise. Some protect you, some cost you money, and a couple might actually make your car less safe if you believe them. If you want to see the maintenance mistakes that actually damage your Tesla, that video is on screen now. Subscribe so you don't miss it.